How the hell did they manage to make a sexier video than the original?
You're gonna need to get out a leash and a muzzle.
So far, so good.
I love me some feral love. Not this girl. If you're gonna drink bourbon by the fistfuls, the only way. Hi guys, this is Play It Again. I'm Ginger.
And I'm Mike. Ginger.
Oh yeah.
What have you been up to?
I was trying to think of what I found.
I think you've been trolling the algorithm, but I don't know all the results.
So guys, we have internet problems. So I've had to go to somewhere else to do a bunch of downloads all at once so we can record reactions to these videos. So sometimes I forget what I picked because it was a while ago. So this one, I saw that ALPHAVILLE released a new symphonic version of, am I right? Is this your favorite ALPHAVILLE song?
It's up there. It's up there, definitely.
It's very high on my list.
Yeah.
No, you know what? It's probably my favorite.
Mm.
So, but symphonic version, I was very excited about that.
Well, and if it's anywhere near as good as Midyear's symphonic album of his and Ultravox's stuff,
I guess we'll
then
see.
we're in for a treat, because some of that 80s stuff with those elaborate synth lines and everything sound really good with a real orchestra.
You're not even wrong. It's true. I'm very excited. So.
All right, let's see what we got.
Wow, he looks so different.
Winter city side, crystal bits of snowflakes all around my head and in the wind. I had no illusions that I'd ever find a glimpse of summer's heat waves in your eyes. You did what you did to me. Now it's history I see. Here's my comeback on the road again. Things will happen while they can. I will wait here for my man tonight. It's easy when you're big in Japan. Oh, when you're big in Japan tonight. Big in Japan, be tight. Big in Japan. Ooh, the eastern sea's so blue. Big in Japan. All right, hey, that I sleep by your side. Things are easy when you're big in Japan. Oh, when you're big in Japan.
I love the strings in this.
Neon on my naked skin, passing silhouettes of strange illuminated mannequins. Shall I stay here at the zoo? Or should I go and change my points of view? Forever ugly scenes. You did what you did to me. Now it's history I see. Things will happen while they can. I will wait here for my man tonight. It's easy when you're big in Japan. Oh, when you're big in Japan tonight. Big in Japan, be tight. Big in Japan. Ooh, the eastern sea's so blue. Big in Japan, alright. Hey, you'll lie sleep by your side. Things are easy when you're big in Japan. Oh, when you're big in Japan. Japan, ooh, the eastern sea's so blue. Big in Japan, alright, hey, I sleep by your side. Things are easy when you're big in Japan. Oh, when you're big in Japan, tonight. Big in Japan, be tight. Big in Japan, ooh, the eastern sea's so blue.
Oh, wow. To be continued.
Awesome.
We're going to stop it there.
So you liked those strings, did you?
Loved the strings and that kind of, what was that, like a gong at the end?
Yeah, of course. It was a gong.
It was so good.
I was really loving the horns myself.
I was thinking about the horns. They added two, right? Like the strings overwhelmed it for me. Like, not overwhelmed it. I mean, they were overwhelmingly the part that I liked the best, but the horns were definitely a good add too. Actually, I kind of might have liked that better than the original. I hate to say.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I really like symphonic sound,
Mm-hmm.
right? The original is a very good song. Like, it's a really, really good song. But I kind of really like the added strings and the horns. That was really good.
They were good, but you know what, to be honest? Remember the cover we reacted to?
Angelica Dusk.
Angelica Dusk,
Yes.
thank you. I actually like her version better than this.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Sorry, Alphaville.
It was very good. You're not wrong. Her version was very, very good. There's been so many different versions of this song.
Yeah. It's a little interesting to me how many times this song's been covered. Like, if you search YouTube for this song, you'll find millions.
That's because it's such a great song, right? Like, it's persisted.
I think maybe it was a bigger hit in Europe than in Canada. Like, I liked Alphaville, and I knew this song. I had this album on cassette and the whole deal. But it didn't, I think, have the same cultural splash that it did in Europe. So to me, it feels a little more obscure than it actually is on a global scale.
You know what the thing is? This was in Canada, where we're from. It was a very counterculture song. Like, I was at the time, not at the time it came out, but shortly after, in the goth scene, and it was a regular play in a lot of the goth and alternative clubs. So I think it was more of a counterculture song in Canada. It was not mainstream for sure.
Yeah.
But I think in Europe it was more mainstream.
Yep. I think that's right.
So especially, maybe England.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. And it might have been the synth stuff that made it that way, right? Because in England, or not England, I mean Europe, they kind of really embraced the dancey kind of synthy stuff, whereas in Canada at the time.
I know my peers were listening to hair metal.
Yeah, well, I mean, Canada had content rules too, so the stuff that got played on the radio, they weighted heavily towards things that were actually Canadian.
Yeah, it's true.
And a lot of that was strummy guitar stuff, right? So most Canadians got saturated in that stuff, and they didn't really listen to this stuff, like the synthy stuff, more.
Only us high school kids.
Yeah, well...
I know you weren't a high school kid yet when that came out. I was, though.
It's true, but it was close, right? But like I said, it was definitely the counterculture kids that were listening to that stuff, because it wasn't getting played on the radio, which is kind of that's the street cred for counterculture music, right? It's like if it gets played on the radio, it's now we can't listen to it,
right?
So anyway,
sellouts.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought it was really interesting the way in the video he kind of kept overlaying his old face over his new face,
young
right?
Him with
So
older.
different.
Yeah.
I actually kind of like the mature bearded him. He looks so different though. Like it doesn't even look like the same person.
It was like a video version of that internet meme. Like, do you feel old yet? It's like, this is so and so now. They show an old picture when they were young and a current picture. Feel old yet? But then it's always somebody different than who it actually. Anyway.
Oh no, I don't know that meme that you're talking about. I'm very confused now.
Don't worry
It didn't
about
make me feel old. No, I was surprised, and I gotta be honest, I was really surprised with his voice. It sounded the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like that voice sounds like it belongs to the young guy.
Yeah.
But the older guy was expecting something deeper. I don't know why, but it really surprised me when I heard his voice. But it's good that he's maintained it. It kind of reminds me of Morrissey.
Yeah.
Is over years and years and years, you kind of expect over time their voice will change or they'll lose some of it. But he didn't. It's like it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good.
That was good. So fun reimagining.
Yes.
Definitely. And it's nice to see my teenage heroes still doing stuff.
It's true.
Uh-huh.
It's true. They haven't died of drug addiction or anything like that. Or let age
Midge,
get in their way.
ALPHAVILLE. I love it.
Now I do feel a little old. Hopefully you all enjoyed that too, though. I know you're going to want to say play it again. Maybe play it next to the original so you can really hear the
back to
differences.
back.
Mm-hmm. Does it get stuck in your...
Ginger's got the practical question. I'll hold your upper part still while you shake, baby. Help you learn.
A coconut just fell right behind us. You good, bro.
And we go doot